Will Smith is back with the slaps. And no, I'm not talking award shows. What's going on, Hilltop Mafia? It's Will Knox Hill, and we're back with our breakdown series. So today, man, listen, we got a special double dose on deck. I'm well aware that we have brand new Will Smith. Now, I already reacted to Tantrum on my Patreon. Did a breakdown of that Joyner Lucas track. And what I wasn't expecting was that we're getting more Will Smith. This is just the beginning. So now I feel like we got to do a breakdown. We got to dive into this world because I'm seeing Will Smith and I'm seeing Big Sean. So this right here, right now is none other than Beautiful Scars.
That's one of them stories I'm not proud of, but it's the truth.
3, 2, 1.
That's one of them stories I'm not proud of, but it's the truth. I did turn down Neo in the Matrix.
What?
I'm not proud of it.
Hello, Will.
Good to see you, Sean.
Look, you've made some awesome career choices
Big Sean on his Morpheus time.
your whole life.
Thanks.
There's only one you truly regret. Well, maybe two, but we're not gonna focus on that one.
That's messed up.
So I'm gonna give you a choice.
That's
Blue pill. Everything remains the same and you get to move.
that's how we're gonna deal with the elephant in the room. We're gonna turn that into a bit. We're gonna turn the slap heard around the world into that. That's interesting. That's interesting. Because obviously we're tongue-in-cheek. We're playing off the regret of not playing Neo in the Matrix, but then the real regret that has obviously had a huge impact on his career and everything. And I don't know how I feel about that, playing it in that way. You're going to have to comment below. Let me know how you guys feel about that.
But we're not gonna focus on that one.
That's messed up.
So I'm gonna give you a choice. Blue pill. Everything remains the same and you get to move on with your life.
Got it.
Red pill. You get to go back and star in that movie that got away. The choice is yours.
So the blue one, you said the blue one is like staying.
The choice is yours.
I heard that part. I'm just wondering. Look, here's the thing. I really
Why do I feel like this is a meta for the last election?
like my life.
The choice is yours.
I know, but you're not listening to me.
choice is yours.
You're not listening.
Whoa, shit.
Oh, you did both.
Wasn't even an option. Fuck.
Fly as an eagle, fresh out of Philly. Yeah, I still rep the city. Mirrors on the wall, worth half a billy. Cause I'm an icon, somebody
Bar.
you could base your life on. That you should place your sights on. Shot on cannons and Nikons. Turn the cameras and lights on. I've been about the action, master actor. I still rap, feel like Mike when they turn the mic on.
Hey.
And I got will until the wheels fall off.
Will's got bars, baby.
Just the will, I am my willpower. Got these cowards saying, goddamn. He just won't quit, won't fold, and won't switch. I wrote the code, I'm Mr. Smith. Cause this is the Matrix, this is my regular basis. I am ahead of you players, I'm playing my aces. Every card with the faces. I am a king with a queen, reigning supreme. Been through the rain, mud on my feet, tracks in the street. Fame can be steep, mask off, see my face ain't clean. Did my dirt, made it hurt worse. Went to church feeling cursed, worked on myself, Kintsugi first. Couldn't tell I've been through hell on earth. The truth and it burns, you live and you learn. No, I'm like Confucius, see life is confusing. I hate when I lose it, but I face the music. Oh, why did he do it? See, I'm only human. It's the beautiful scars.
Wow.
Yeah. It's the beautiful.
I'll tell you what, man. We did a breakdown of Tantrum on Patreon. And one thing that struck me is that you get this Will Smith message. And Will is, yeah, he's a conscious hip-hop artist, right? Like, I love what Will Smith normally stands for in his music. That's always something I'm going to support. And, like, I still feel torn, honestly, like as a just a long-time Fresh Prince fan, as a long-time Will Smith fan, Big Willie style. Come on. The man can rap. The man is talented in so many different lanes, right? And there's that side of me that so wants to see Will win. But then there's also that side of me that still, honestly, still kind of struggles with the slap. And, you know, how do we move forward with that? And for me, what's really interesting is that there's a meta for this, right? This is how Will Smith moves forward. This is how he deals with it. And he's addressing these things head on within this verse and within the lyricism, right? Talking about how he's on a journey, repairing himself, fixing himself, and reminding us that, hey, I'm human. I'm not perfect. I make mistakes. But let's not forget what I've accomplished. And let's not forget my drive. And this is how I move forward and move on. really, really interesting, especially like even the Matrix, right? Because it's positioned as he could go back in time and replay the Matrix role. His regret of not being in the Matrix, right? We all know how stellar that movie franchise took off and all that. And I just love, again, how we're mixing what he's dope at, right? He's one of the greatest actors of all time. So we mix in like the movie cuts, all of that. But then also you've got the music video side of it. So I love just the storyline. But for me, the real going back in time or continuing forward, he almost wants to have his cake and eat it too, right? Because he goes for both. But the bigger question, I think, underneath of that is, would you go back and would you change that moment? Would you change that moment at the Oscars? And then from then on, we have the addressing of it all. Really interesting. Let's break down some of these lyrics.
Look, here's the thing. I really like my life.
I love Big Sean on his Morpheus game.
The choice is yours.
I know, but you're not listening to me.
The choice is yours.
You're not listening.
The choice is yours.
Whoa, shit. Wasn't even an option. What?
Fly as an eagle, fresh out of Philly. Yeah, I still rep the
Shout out to Philly. Fly, Eagles, fly. You think they're going to win the Super Bowl? Comment down below.
mirrors on the wall, worth half a billy, cause I'm an icon, somebody you.
I like that line. That's obviously a flex bar. Like, mirrors on the wall are worth half a billy. Not the mirrors themselves. It's the man who's looking in the mirror. It's Will Smith himself. And shout out to his roots. Shout out to Philly.
The city, mirrors on the wall, worth half a billy, cause I'm an icon, somebody you could base your life on, that you should place your sights on, shot on Canons and Nikons, turn the cameras and lights on. I've been about the action, master actor, I still rap, feel like Mike when they turn the mic on, and I got Will until the
Mike when they turn the mic on. I think that's a Michael Jordan bar. Could be Mike Tyson. Feels more like Michael Jordan to me, right? Greatest basketball player of all time. Come argue with me in the comments.
The actor, I still rap, feel like Mike when they turn the mic on. And I got Will until the wheels fall off.
Like that bar, I got Will. Like my willpower versus Will can be a slant rhyme into wheel till the wheels fall off. I got wheels, I keep rolling on my wheel.
Feel like Mike when they turn the mic on. And I got Will until the wheels fall off. That's just the will, I am my will.
I love this little just vocal cut in the instrumentation on the back of the mix.
Got these cowards.
Infamous training and fight scene between Neo and between Morpheus. Reimagined, reinvented. I love it.
Goddamn, he just won't quit, won't fold and won't switch. I wrote the code, I'm Mr. Smith. Cause this
I wrote the code. I'm Mr. Smith. Mr. Anderson. Obviously, he's talking about Agent Smith, who, well, in a sense, kind of rewrites his own code because he rewrites his way out of the Matrix. He breaks free, and then obviously he becomes interconnected with Neo, and then they have to go back in. But let's not get too much into the Matrix metaverse and what everything means. But yeah, that's a bar.
I am my willpower. Got these cowards saying, goddamn.
Right here, though.
That's just the will. I am my willpower. Got these.
That's a dope Will I Am Black Eyed Peas shout out right there. That's just the Will that I am currently versus Will I Am from the Black Eyed Peas, who had an album, Willpower. But he's giving you his willpower, and he's trying to rewrite his code and his history right now.
Till the wheels fall off. That's just the will. I am my willpower. Got these cowards saying, goddamn. He just won't quit, won't fold and won't switch. I wrote the code. I'm Mr. Smith. Cause this is the Matrix. This is
God damn, that's the closest I'll get to hearing Will Smith cuss on a record.
my regular basis. I am ahead of you players. I'm playing my aces. Every card with
I am ahead of you players. I'm playing my aces. Like right there. Like I could like I saw some people commenting on Tantrum, right? And I'm sure it'll be on this too. Like Will Smith has a ghostwriter. No, this is Will. This is Will. I think one thing he's done really well at is that he's adapting his flows to modern flow patterns, to modern techniques. But the message, the lyricism, no. Listen, again, as a longtime Will Smith fan, this is Will. This is definitely Will's voice.
cause this is the
And he's from that old school era, right? And he knows the code, and he knows the rules and the principles of hip hop. And I could tell you how Will Smith would feel about ghostwriters. No, we don't abide by that code.
won't quit, won't fold and won't switch. I wrote the code. I'm Mr. Smith. Cause this is the Matrix. This is my regular basis. I am ahead of you players. I'm playing my aces. Every
Nice.
card with the faces. I am a king with
Playing my aces card to aces, the cards that life deals you.
queen reign and supreme vin.
I love how we just flipped to like the behind the scenes shots too, like we are making a film.
The rain, mud on my feet, tracks in the street, pain can be steep, mask off, see my face ain't clean. Dip my dirt, make
That's a That's a really important bar for me, right? Fame, price of fame can be steep, but mask off, my face ain't clean. Like you take the visage off, you take the mask off, and you reveal me to the world. It's dirty, right? Because I'm human, I'm flawed, I'm not perfect, and I'm not going to sit here and act like none of this didn't happen. Like, I'm going to admit my vulnerabilities and my flaws and what I've been through. I like that. I like how we just, again, take accountability for it.
Mud on my feet, tracks in the street, fame can be steep, mask off, see my face ain't clean. Did my dirt, made it hurt worse. Went to church feeling cursed, worked on myself, Kintsugi first. Couldn't tell I've been through hell on earth. The truth is,
right? Went to church, been through hell on earth. He slipped in the church schemes. And then the kintsugi. That's dope. Like, kintsugi, Japanese art, like fixing broken things, isn't it? Broken ceramics, right? Like trying to repair himself. He's letting us know that he's working on himself. And then it makes sense for like uniting with someone like Big Sean, who's all about like, you know, self-healing and self-empowerment and enlightenment and fulfillment and finding a higher calling and purpose.
church feeling cursed, worked on myself.
Big Sean got some moves, bro.
Kintsugi first, couldn't tell I've been through hell on earth. The truth and it burns, you live and you learn. No, I'm like Confucius, see life is confusing. I hate when I lose it, but I face the music. Go, why did he do it? See, I'm only human.
I'm like Confucius, life is confusing. Confucius says, man, we're doing some philosophy here.
Beautiful scars, yeah. It's the beautiful flaws, yeah. I done fell about 1,000,000 times. Now I rise up the gate closer to God. It's the beautiful scars, yeah. It's the beautiful flaws, yeah. I done fell about 1,000,000 times.
Yeah.
Now I rise up the gate closer to God.
When you keep it G and beat the odds, that's what you call God's. Closer
Nice.
to God, like I'm in a synagogue. I had to quit tripping over shit that isn't worth the fall, you know? Back against
How's Jada gonna feel about that? Well, I mean, they are living in separate homes, so
synagogue. I had to quit tripping over shit
we want to talk about the real source of Will Smith's toxicity. Nope, maybe that's for another day.
that isn't worth the fall, you know? Back against the wall, my whole life a work of art. Younger me will blame everybody else like it's they fault. Till you realize you a walking magnet, so you the cause. What's your vibration? How you pour back in yourself? Yeah, what's your libation? Hydration. A lot of advice I'm not taking. Gotta take things with a grain of salt, just like any recipe on how to make it look. Cause Mr. Anderson and Mr. Smith, we decoded the codes. I got tired of being over control. Learning as I go, learning as I grow. I don't gotta do this shit over and over. Quit asking me dumb shit, you know what's to know. It ain't the end if I don't get the credit. I'm a living legend, I'm a die legend. I ain't trying to get it, bitch, I gotta get it.
It's the beautiful scars.
Big Sean just cooked on that, but there's some interesting lines in there. We're gonna bring it back and break this one.
Yeah, I done fell about 1,000,000.
Even this is the beautiful scars. Think about the meta of that yet again, right? Like embracing those flaws, accepting those scars, accepting that pain, right? Even though it was self-inflicted for Will, embracing that, like, you know, wearing those scars and almost like taking that and donning it on like armor, because you accept your vulnerabilities and you accept your humanity, but you also, we would hope, learn from that and evolve from that and move forward. But, you know, by embracing it and facing it head on, well, that's the only way that we can truly overcome these demons, that we can truly move forward in life. So yeah, some really interesting meta sentiments throughout this. And we all know what this situation is talking to and connecting to. Even the story of the Matrix and Neo and that sort of self-empowerment, right? Because even the Oracle tells Neo that, you know, Neo's not the one, but Morpheus always believes. And it's about the willpower, right? Willpower, but Neo's power of the mind, because that's what breaks for him. And that's what snaps it, is that this isn't real. This is all in a generated reality. So I can dodge bullets. I can make these things happen. And it's really kind of taking control of your own fate.
Now rise up the gate closer to God. It's the beautiful scars, yeah. It's the beautiful flaws, yeah. I done fell
I love the use of the, like, obviously we have a lot of electronic drum kits that are introduced into hip hop, but right there, that drum kit, that's like a classic acoustic drum kit. I love how that's patterned into it, right? Gives it more of like a live band type of feel. Roots type of shit for me. Philly, you know, I got a lot of love for Philly, man. First music video filmed in Philly. One of my first shows ever played in Philly.
It's the beautiful flaws, yeah. I done fell about 1,000,000 times.
Yeah.
Now rise up the gate closer to God.
when you keep it G and beat the odds, that's what you call God's. Closer to God.
G, odds, gods. Nice flip right there.
Like I'm in a synagogue. I had to quit tripping over shit that isn't worth the fall, you know. Back
Careful, she's a red pill.
against the wall, my whole life a work of art. Younger me will blame.
That's just a dope little like wisdom bar from Big Sean, isn't it? I had to quit tripping over shit and relating it to the fall.
You know. I'm in a synagogue. I had to quit tripping over shit that isn't worth the fall, you know.
That isn't worth the fall, right? Because obviously if you literally trip, you fall, versus like the slang of tripping, like kirking out over something, going crazy over it, right? You can't trip. You can't worry about these things, right? And that for me is always Big Sean finding his alignment and his inner peace and not chasing the drama and the beef.
Oh, back against the wall, my whole life a work of art. Younger me will blame everybody else like it's they fault. Till you realize you a walking magnet, so you the cause. What's your vibration? How you pour back in?
That's so true, and we see it all the time with influencers. A lot of people that finger point and blame everyone else, but at what point do they turn and go, hang on, maybe the cause of all these problems is not all these different people. Maybe it's myself, and that's what I need to work on.
You a walking magnet, so you the cause. What's your vibration? How you pour back in yourself? Yeah, what's your libation?
I like that. How do you pour back in yourself? How do you refill your cup when you feel like you're on empty? And libation ties in with his G, odds, God's bar, because libation, right? You're making a sacrifice to the gods. You're pouring a drink for the gods. That's smooth.
What's your vibration? How you pour back in yourself? Yeah, what's your libation?
Nice.
Hydration. A lot of advice I'm not taking. Gotta take these with a grain of salt, just like any recipe on how to make it look. Cause Mr. Anderson and Mr.
I like that. Like, take it with a grain of salt, like a recipe that calls for salt versus like the saying, like, take things with a grain of salt, right? Brush that dirt off your shoulder and keep going.
I'm not taking. Gotta take these with a grain of salt, just like any recipe on how to make it look. Cause Mr. Anderson and Mr. Smith, we decoded the codes. I got tired of being over control, learning that.
Decoded the codes. Mr. Anderson and Mr. Smith, come on. Because Mr. Smith, I didn't even think about that in the earlier verse. Oh, whoever commented that, you're going to have to walk that back now. Mr. Smith, because he's Mr. Will Smith, flipping it into Agent Smith. Come on. Come on.
A lot of advice I'm not taking. Gotta take these with a grain of salt, just like.
And even his Anderson, that's ridiculous.
Any recipe on how to make it look. Cause Mr. Anderson and Mr. Smith, we decoded the codes. I got tired of being over control, learning as I go, learning as I grow. I don't.
I want to hear that bar one more time.
Mr. Smith, we decoded the codes. I got tired of being over control, learning as I go, learning as
I got tired of being over control. He holds out that L. To me, he's saying, I got tired of being over control, being like controlled, which ties in with the Matrix bars. Is there something more there? Is there something more there? Is there a Kendrick Lamar layer? Because we all know how Big Sean felt about Kendrick Lamar's control verse, right? And just there's always been that. Is he kind of dissing him? Is he not dissing him? Those question marks about that relationship between Big Sean and Kendrick Lamar. Is this another one of those moments? That's interesting.
Advice I'm not taking. Gotta take these with a grain of salt, just like any recipe on how to make it look. Cause Mr. Anderson and Mr. Smith, we decoded the codes. I got tired of being over control, learning as I go, learning as I grow. I don't gotta do this shit over and over.
Love that cameo.
To me, dumb shit, you know what's to know. It ain't the end if I don't get the credit. I'm a living legend, I'm a die legend. I ain't trying to get it, bitch, I gotta get it. It's the
nice.
Scars, yeah.
Hey.
It's the beautiful scars, yeah. There are no limits to send through the universe. I believe in me like it's religion, but I am the only one who converts.
Nice.
Conversations with the congregation, the scripture is in the verse. A man of
Conversations with the congregation in the verse. He's punching. He's got some nice internal and external rhyme schemes too, man. And again, these flow patterns and pockets. He's coming with a very fresh delivery. He's got Prince on this track, man.
only one who converts. Conversations with the congregation, the scripture is in the verse. I manifest through my mentality. The only real is my reality. I rebuild with the broken pieces that are shattered on the floor. I am healed by the deepest teachings that were given by the Moors. The codes of my lineage, I'll be around for another millennium. Climbing the ladder to heaven or helium. Seeing the suffering, dreaming of healing them. You are the one in a million billion.
Oh! Yes!
You are the answer. You are the power.
Come on, one of the most iconic scenes of its time. Dodging the bullets. Will Smith finally got to do it.
You are the answer. You are the power, you are the principle. Every second that you're living is pivotal. Anything that's broken is remixable. Even when it's not physical, you are not alone. Trust the invisible. Ancestors flex when it is critical. Top of the pyramids, I am the pinnacle. It's the beautiful stars.
I like that message of this verse. I really like the message of this one.
I manifest through my mentality. The only real is my reality.
The only real is my reality. That's a bar. And then he's coming to this.
Build with the broken pieces that are shattered on the floor. I am healed by the deepest teachings that were given by the Moors. The codes of my lineage, I'll be around for another millennium.
I am healed by the deepest teachings given by the Moors, right? The Moors came from Africa into Spain, but the Moors are responsible ultimately for European Renaissance, because when a lot of European thinkers wanted to turn to classic Greek texts, classic Roman texts, well, it was the Moors who continued those texts, right? Who kept copies of them when so much was lost during the Dark Ages within Europe. And the Moors had so many advancements in mathematics, astronomy, agriculture, philosophy. Like, they were very influential to the West and to influencing the European Renaissance.
My reality.
So that goes deeper. But then also, he very cleverly sets up the Morse bar, and then right after it, he's got the code bar. Morse code, tapping in Morse code. So he ties in his code with the Matrix. Yet again, we got more code bars, but then also Morse code. That's dope.
Given by the Moors. The codes of my lineage, I'll be around for another millennium, climbing the ladder.
The codes of my lineage, right? And then later on, he talks about like his ancestral power, and then like really like rising up, and that sort of inspiration and continuing that movement.
I'm seeing the suffering, dreaming of healing them. You are the one in a million billion.
You are the one too. Neo is the one. You are the one. So many Matrix schemes.
You are the answer, you are the power, you are the principle. Every second that you're living is pivotal. Anything that's broken is remixable.
Anything that's broken is remixable. And that feels like a line that he's telling to himself, but it also feels like a line that he's giving to the audience too.
And when it's not physical, you are not alone. Trust the invisible. Ancestors flex when it is critical. Top of the
You are not alone. Trust the invisible. Ancestors flex.
pyramids, I am the pinnacle.
Top of the pyramids, I am the pinnacle. I'm rising up, literally the top of the pyramids. But again, it's sort of that, it's that rise up, that find that spiritual strength within yourself and believe, even when you can't always see the path. And it's never too late. And you can always come back, really. Back to the TV, right? The Matrix of the mind. Wow. What a video. What a video. What a message. What a dope verse from Sean. Dope verses from Big Willie too. And again, like I said, I love like his Fresh Prince on this track, right? Just the way that he's saucing this now. Like, obviously, he keeps his ear to the streets. He keeps his ear with what's trending, with the flows that are used in the modern era. Because you get this. Like, you get OG rappers who, like, continue to stay in those same pockets that they were in 10, 20 years ago. I love the adaptation that Will Smith is giving us. And I'm looking forward to this album. I'm not going to lie. Especially after hearing this track. Because, again, like, a lot of my values, a lot of what I try to stand for with my music, I love what Will does. And I love the self-empowerment of it. And, like I said earlier, I wasn't sure how I felt about things, but after listening to the song, if this is the route that we're going to take, I like that. I like how he's not shying away from it. He's going to take accountability. He's going to hold his hand up. He's going to remind us that, yeah, I'm human. But what do? Do we bury our head in the sand, or do we finally try to find a way to move forward? And it's been a few years now, so we'll see where we go. Will Smith, Big Sean, you are Knox certified. Hope you guys liked today's video. Listen, if you're here at the end, obviously enjoying the content, do me a huge favor. Support the channel directly. Subscribe, notifications on. Really does go a long way. Also, don't forget to copy your merch. KnoxHillMusic.com. We got hats, we got shirts, we got hoodies, we got everything you need. If you want to rep the brand, if you want to get it out there, I'll put all links down there. All right, everybody, stay safe. Take care of these. Take care of these. I'll catch you again.
Sit down, sit down. I'm like, wow, how we do it like that? that? Like, wow, how we do it like that? Like, wow, how we do it like that? Like, wow, better sit your ass down.